Now, the Islamic Republic of Iran would like to exercise its right of reply. I give the floor to the representative of Iran.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Mr. President, my delegation asked for the floor to reply to a senseless rhetorical statement by the representative of the Israeli regime this morning in this General Assembly Hall. A statement imbued with baseless allegations and distorted passages against my government, which was basically designed to defend the atrocities they recently committed against the whole civilian population through attacking others. The Speaker tried in vain to wash his hands of this most recent bloodbath in Gaza, perpetrated before the eyes of the whole world. He rushed to the General Assembly to hopelessly wage another war, this time against the whole Islamic world and civilization, by associating them baselessly with the ISIS terrorist groups and propagating Iranophobia and Islamophobia. And all of that to the applause of a crowd brought in from outside of the UN. It is indeed very ironic that a regime famous for its atrocities, apartheid policies, and war crimes, which is well documented in different United Nations organs and agencies, non-compliant with many UN resolutions and occupying lands of other peoples for many decades, can allow itself to accuse other countries in such a sinister way. It is also preposterous that the same regime, with highly known record of developing, producing, stockpiling different kinds of inhuman weapons, including nuclear weapons, ventures to falsely accuse others of trying to acquire similar weapons. It is laughable for many to hear such a person speak of atrocities by ISIS terrorist group, a person that in most recent aggression against and invasion of Gaza, under his command, all international norms and laws were blatantly flouted, leading to killing of more than 2,000 Palestinian civilians, mostly women and children and elderly, injuring many more, demolishing the basic civilian infrastructures, rendering more than 500,000 people homeless, people who were already under an inhuman and suffocating Israeli blockade for more than 8 years. Against this backdrop, and while he claimed of being concerned over the Iranian nuclear program, which is a fully peaceful one under the international supervision, we in the region and across the globe are fully right to worry about nuclear weapons in the hands of a regime which has shown time and again its capacity and propensity to kill, with the latest example being in the rampage in July and August against the defenseless Palestinians. Thus, can we or any other people believe that this speaker meant anything other than diverting international attention away from the crimes that this regime is committing in its neighborhood? The statement by the Israeli representative this morning was in continuation of the well-known Israeli policy to sabotage and disrupt the earnest and serious negotiations that my government had been engaged in during the past year to address any genuine concern that any country may have about the Iranian peaceful nuclear program. We have no doubt that any progress in these negotiations is a severe cause of anxiety and distress for them, as they have always sought to muddy the waters and have excuses for keeping and advancing their policy of aggression and invasion. Based on the above, what we heard today from the said speaker was not a torch of truth, but rather a bunch of lies. While I have the floor, allow me, Mr. President, to very briefly refer to the statement of the Foreign Minister of Bahrain, in which a reference was made to the 3 Iranian islands in the Persian Gulf. I would like to just remind the General Assembly of the statement my delegation delivered on 27 September 2014 in reply to the similar baseless claim by the Foreign Minister of the UAE. Therefore, I don't want to take the time of GA to repeat our well-founded position on the matter. Regarding the same statement, let me also remind that the term Persian Gulf is and always been historic and time-honored toponym for the stretch of water situated between Iran and Arabian Peninsula. Considering the historic evidence bears testimony.
I give the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President, the most merciful. Mr. President, reply to a senseless rhetorical regime this morning in this General Assembly hall with baseless allegations and distorted passively designed to defend the atrocities of the population through attacking others. To wash his hands of this most recent blood in the eyes of the whole world, he rushed to the war, this time against the whole Islamic world, baselessly with the ISIS terrorist groups, and all of that to the applause of the UN. It is indeed very ironic that the policies and war crimes, which is well documented, non-compliant with many UN resolutions and occupying law itself, to accuse other countries in such a sinister way, that the same regime with highly known record of developing, including nuclear weapons, ventures to falsely accuse others. Laughable for many to hear such a person's recent aggression against an invasion of Gaza under his command, killing of more than 2,000 Palestinian civilians, mostly women and children and elders, rendering more than 500,000 people homeless, people who were already against this backdrop. And while he claimed of being concerned over the Iranian nuclear program, and across the globe are fully right to worry about nuclear weapons in the hands of a regime, example being in the rampage in July and August against the defenseless Palestinians. Thus, can we turn away from the crimes that this regime is committing in its neighborhood? The statement by the Israeli representative this morning has been engaged in during the past year to address any genuine concern that any country may have about the Iranian peaceful nuclear the waters, and have excuses for keeping and advancing their policy of aggression and invasion. Based on the above, what we heard today from the said speaker was not a torch of truth, but rather in reply to the similar baseless claim by the Foreign Minister of the UAE. Therefore, I don't want to take the time of GA to repeat our well-founded position on the matter. Regarding the same statement, let me also remind that the term Persian Gulf is and always been historic and time-honored toponym for the stretch of water situated between Iran and Arabian Peninsula. Considering the historic evidence bears testimony